Not sure where your team is heading? Wonder what will be waiting for you when you get there? Sounds like you might just be on the bus to Abilene. Here's how to recognize if you're on that bus and how to get it turned in the right direction. The Abilene Paradox was an idea introduced by management expert Jerry B. Harvey in 1974. It goes like this. One hot summer afternoon in Coleman, Texas, a family is playing dominoes on the porch when the father-in-law proposes that they all take a trip to Abilene, 53 miles away. One after another, other members of the family agree that sounds like a good idea, even though none of them actually think the idea is very appealing. But they agree because they think everyone else wants to go, and they don't want to upset the group. The ride to Abilene is long, hot, and dusty, and at the cafeteria the food is as bad as the drive was. Hours later they return home exhausted. Someone comments, "Well, that was a good trip, wasn't it?" But the mother-in-law is honest, and she says, she really would have rathered stay at home. And then the others admit that they felt the same way too. They look at each other stunned, and how did they agree to take a trip that no one really wanted to go on? The power that a social group has over the individual can be very strong. In the Abilene Paradox, we can see how people will often go along with something they don't necessarily agree with because they want to be seen as part of the group. No one wants to be the one to rock the boat. Doing what each thought the group wanted to do took a higher priority over what each individual thought was best. In the end, they paid for it with a long, dusty, meaningless trip in the hot Texas sun. Now, I have nothing against the good people of Abilene, but how do you prevent an unnecessary visit? It's a matter of the environment you establish as a leader. When you're putting your plan together, if you place heavy emphasis on conformity, on forcing agreement, and crushing opposing points of view, you may think you're achieving unanimity, but you may end up paying a price. As a leader in the planning stage, it's those dissenting opinions that you need the most. The strength and creativity of a group comes from its diversity. If everyone is thinking the same way, you'll miss hidden opportunities and creative solutions. People on your team need to feel comfortable enough to speak up when they don't think something is a good idea, and explain why without fear of being rejected by the group. So seek diversity on your team, encourage discussion and debate during the planning stage, and thank those who are willing to speak up. If everyone's agreeable, get suspicious and ask harder questions. Now once the decision's made, then it's time for everyone to pull together with all they have. But until then, there's strength in disunity. Thanks for listening, and if you like this video, there's lots more free videos, blog posts, and resources over at rapidstartleadership.com, where we try to accelerate the leader to excellence by making the learning curve a little less steep. Check it out now, and I'll see you next time.